Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. And as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, man, today I'm bringing y'all the first ever, and this is the new best meta two-way slashing playmaker build, and we're getting sharpshooting takeover on it as well, which makes it even better. Now, before we get into the making of this build, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to be a part of so many people's lives, as well as have y'all in a big part of mine. The noticing of y'all has been going crazy. I just want y'all to know that I see y'all, I appreciate y'all, I love y'all. But before we get into anything else, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but do not forget to hit that like button. You already clicked on the video, so you might as well as hit that like button, run it up. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this video. But now, let's go ahead and talk about this build and get into the actual making. So, there's going to be multiple ways that you can go about it when it comes down to making this build, but in order to get the absolute best, you want to go ahead and put this build under the small forward position. I'm telling y'all, really, small forwards have been the meta when it comes down to a lot of guard builds this year. Now, you can go with point guard, shooting guard, even power forward, but I'm telling y'all, the small forwards get a huge boost when it comes down to the badges, as well as making it so much more easier to just work around certain things in order to maintain builds with over 100 badges. So, when it comes down to that, you just got to take that into consideration. Now, with the height, we're going to be going with 6'7". With the weight, this is completely optional, but I'm going to go ahead and put this build 180 is going to be perfect. If you want to go one tick up, you can definitely do that as well. Then, when it comes down to the wingspan on this build, we're actually going to go ahead and put this to 7'1". Body shape, completely up to y'all, but I have to say, defined or build is going to be the one that I would really pick. Now, you could go with anything else, but again, this is just based off of my own preference. But when it comes to the next part of this build, which is going to be the attributes, these are going to be very specific. So you're going to see me go back and forth running a couple different setups in order to make sure that I maintain 100 badges, including the +4 that we get from the college, y'all. Now, with the rebirth added to the game, that is going to make a huge difference when it comes down to making builds. You are not going to have to worry about that. You're automatically going to be getting the +4 off rip if you end up using the rebirth. So, when it comes down to the close shot, put this to an 85, driving layup 84, and the driving dunk is going to go up to a 92 for 24 badges. Now, when it comes down to the next part of this build, which is going to be the shooting, right here, mid-range shot, go ahead and put this to an 82. Then from there, we're going to max out the three-point shot at an 82. 24 badges right there. Then, with that free throw, we're going to go ahead and actually put this up to a 77, y'all. That means you're going to be able to take this build in any game mode and find success with it. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, go ahead and put the pass accuracy to an 88. When it comes down to the ball handle, put this to an 83. And then as for the speed with ball, for this build, we're actually going to go ahead and max it out right there. We get 27 badges. But again, some minor adjustments are going to come at the end in order to maintain the two-way slashing playmaker build name. So, right here, as you can see, I ended up going with an 82 perimeter defense, 47 steal, or you could go with a 49. Really, this is going to be one of the most important parts of this build because that is going to be a key stat and actually what changes the name. Now, the block, put it to an 83. Offensive rebound, 77. And for the defensive, put it to an 86. Now, right here, earlier, I went ahead and raised up the steal pass at 47. Now, if you want to, this is going to be the best thing that you can do in order to maintain the two-way slashing playmaker build name. We actually have to go with an 81 perimeter defense, steal 46. Then when it comes down to the physicals, max out your speed, acceleration, 80 vertical, and then when it comes down to the stamina, you can max this out to a 91, or you could put it back to an 80. From there, you could put the rest into the free throw if you want to go ahead and be a much better shooter on that end of the floor. But as you can see right here, you can also go ahead and put it into the steal, but if you raise it, you're actually going to change up the build name. So it really just comes down to what you want to do. For me, you can go with a 90 free throw, which is going to be alright. Again, I feel like it's not going to be necessary to have it that high, but if you want to go that route, you definitely can do so. Now, earlier, I know that I said you're not going to be able to get some of the defensive stats as high as they can be, but right here, I'm actually going to make a minor change because I actually figured out you're going to be able to change up some of your defensive stats and still get the two-way slashing playmaker build name. So right here, there were a couple of adjustments that I did make earlier to my playmaking. I think before I made this build, I had around a 76 ball handle, which ended up changing the build name. But now, with it maxed out, you can put that perimeter defense to an 82. Steel's going to be a 49. There's not many changes on this build. Going with the sharpshooting and shot creating takeover, and as y'all can see, as long as you have copied down the stats that I showed y'all, you're going to end up getting the two-way slashing playmaker build name at the small forward, and also you're going to be able to get all of the contact dunks on this build, which makes it even better. Now, when it comes down to this build at 99 overall, remember, we're going to be getting a +4 from bind boost, and then another boost on top of running with teammates that have floor general and defensive leader, which is a +8. So the mid-range and the three-pointer both are going to be in the 90s. But if you get the +10 from the sharpshooting takeover, that is going to boost both of these to a 99 automatically. Driving dunk, this is going to be a 99 with boost and running with a teammate that has floor general. Close shot and the driving layup will be in the 90s. Playmaking side of things right here, the ball handle will be in the 90s. Same exact thing when it comes to the speed with ball, except this is going to be in the high 80s. Then when it comes down to the defensive end, the perimeter defense is going to be in the 90s, so do not worry about that part of the ball. And when it comes down to these badges, please be sure that you make sure you're putting on the best possible lineup when it comes down to this kind of rare build. So I'm going to go with Slithery Finisher on Hall of Fame as well as Limitless Takeoff. From there, I'm going to go with Gold Posterizer, Bronze Fearless Finisher, Bronze Putback Boss. Then I'm going to go with Unstrippable on Gold, and then Bronze Fast Twitch. Now, you can change anything about the setup if you feel like it's going to better your playstyle, but for me, this is how I play and base it off of. So I'm going to go for my shooting, Silver, Hot Zone Hunter. From there, I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Sniper. Then I'm going to go with Silver Catch and Shoot as well as Corner Specialist. Also throw in Deadeye. Now you can change the tier of Green Machine if you want to go that route. But for me, I feel like Silver is going to be good. You can also throw it on Bronze if you want to. With these last four, I would highly recommend spreading the wealth. Going that route is always going to be best. So for me, I'm going to go with Volume Shooter and then throw on Blinders. And that's going to be the perfect setup right here. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. For me, I'm going to go with Quick First Step on Silver. From there, we have 24 remaining badges, so go ahead and put on Unpluckable on Silver as well, Hyperdrive as well as Bronze, Bullet Passer. You cannot forget about that Bronze badge. Then, go ahead and put on Gold, Handles for Days as well as Triple Threat Juke. We got a couple more badges to work with, so I'm going to go with Stop and Go as well as Tight Handles, but also Bailout is going to be another favorite badge in my opinion. We got a couple more to run with, so I'm going to go with Tight Handles as well as Needle Threader. Now let's go ahead and get into the defensive end. What actually makes this build a two-way? Let's go with Clamps on Silver, Bronze Interceptor, Silver Rebound Chaser, Gold Intimidator, and then Silver Rim Protector. From there, I'm going to go with Silver Chase on Artist as well as Hall of Fame Hustler. For the last badge, I'm going to go with Tireless Defender. And then from here, we're going to end up with 24 finishing badges, 24 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 22 defensive. Again, I just gotta say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity. It really means a lot that I get to be able to be a part of so many different people's lives as well as have them be involved in mine. I just want y'all to know, Rich Gang family, that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all understand the movement that I'm going about. But man, the double uploads are back, so be ready. Just know that I got so much more in store for y'all that you are not going to know what kind of builds hit you. A lot of 100+ badge builds coming soon. So man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but do not forget to hit that like button, y'all. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes in this video. Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.